joining us today. I'm here with Mr. Terry Woodford, who is a therapeutic music specialist, and he is the man behind Heartbeat Music Lullabies. He has an amazing history in the music profession. He has been a hit record producer and a songwriter, and then he transitioned into this Heartbeat Music Lullabies, which is just an amazing thing, that type of music that calms a fussy baby or helps a baby go to sleep and sleep through the night, which I know a lot of moms and dads would be interested in finding out more about. So, Terry, why don't you just share with us a little bit this morning as to how you made that transition, or why you made that transition from a very successful producer in music and to lullabies.
Well, you know, if you're in the music business and you're producing hit records and writing hit songs and publishing hit songs, you're not going to go in the studio and record a lullaby for real. I mean, seriously thinking you're going to make any money, or thinking, you know, that it's going to be anything special. But it was back in 1984. I was invited to be a judge in an arts festival, and the person who was assigned to me happened to be a recreational daycare person, where she'd go in with the kids and do music recreation. Okay. And she said, you know, if the music is so condescending that we take into these daycares, do you think you could come up with some sort of a recording to help these kids in the daycares, or that they'd enjoy more? And at that particular time in my life, I'm thinking, you've got to be kidding, I don't want to do that, you know. But it was October, and in October there's not much going on in the music industry. You know, you're getting close to Christmas, the recording artists are out on the road and so forth. And so I thought, well, you know, I needed to make me feel good project, because in the music industry it's tough and rough and competitive, and so I thought, well, you know, that'd be nice to do that for kids. But I also knew that, you know, if I go into the recording studio and the word gets out that I'm recording lullabies, my peers in competition is going to say, well, he's on the way out. So I thought, you know, well, I got to do something cool if I'm going to do this. And I thought, why not record the human heart from the chest, right where a baby lays its head on its mama, and use that as the drums of what kind of lullabies. Well, I'm not going to write lullabies. I'll just use the ones that have been around for 200, 300, 400 years. They work.
That everybody knows.
Yeah, everybody knows them. And I'll put them in a singles format, like a verse, chorus. And I know I need to make them about 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes long. So I use some of the basic principles and structure of making hit singles, and turn those lullabies and change the structure around a little bit so they would be like a hit single, and use that heartbeat as the rhythm. I also knew that I'd never heard lullabies that actually use percussion as rhythm. They're kind of like classical music. Percussion usually is in classical music is only for dynamic purposes. You don't have a trap set and some guy beating the bass drum in time. That's up to the conductor, right? So I thought it'd be cool to have rhythm with these lullabies. So I decided to go in the studio, and I figured, you know, how long could this take? 2 or 3 days? You know, But I ran into some technical problems. The heart doesn't beat in tempo. I've got to have it in tempo if it's going to be, you know, a song. And it's such low frequencies. You know, would it reproduce on the little cheap boom boxes, the ones that have the little speakers? So with the heartbeat itself, I spent about 1,000 hours in the studio, blowing up little $2 speakers that I'd buy down at Radio Shack to get that heartbeat to come through. So it really became more of a technical challenge.
I guess so.
Didn't know that it was really going to calm kids in daycares, or certainly didn't know it'd end up being used in 8,000 hospitals and special care centers, and used with kids that have ADHD and kids that are in pain. And, you know, at that time it was just that little project for the daycare center.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. We'd like to encourage you to go to our website right now, Heartbeat Music Lullabies, and try this music for yourself. If you go to that website now, you'll be able to download for yourself a free lullaby that Terry has recorded, and try it for your baby. You can try it within moments. And this music, you'll be surprised, but will quiet your fussing baby just in seconds, literally. Or you can play it for your baby this evening and see if your baby doesn't just fall asleep quickly and sleep through the night.